All right, y'all. We are live. This is MrLetGo, and I have a very special guest with me. And I want you to introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Bianca Monique.
Okay.
Um, yeah, just Bianca.
Bianca Monique. All right. So we got a lot to talk about. For those who probably have not heard, um, this young lady has been going viral on TikTok and Instagram discussing crazy rap lyrics that have been in songs for years. I wanted to play them, but I already know YouTube don't play that mess. But altogether, she has gone so viral where Joe Budden has talked about her, and we're about to show what Joe Budden is has said about her now. And this, what's going on, educated Tyrone? And this is going to be a very good conversation for everybody in the Black community. So everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. And when y'all start hitting that like button, I'll play the Joe Budden video. But you already know y'all be tripping and don't want to hit the like button. So when I start seeing likes come up, I'll play the Joe Budden video. So start hitting the like button right now, or you just going to sit here and stare at us.
Right.
I got a lot to talk about, and we gonna get into this because all of this is really deep. And Bianca, make sure not to say the little words, okay?
I know. Okay. No curse words and no trigger
Right.
words.
The trigger words, because I've gotten the shadow ban for a lot of things I've said, whether it's on YouTube and Instagram, and Bianca is starting to get shadow banned also. So we got to be real careful. But I'm still waiting on y'all to hit the like button now. Y'all still need to hit the like button and share this video, because a lot of you have young people around you and they're listening to these rap lyrics. And it's important for us as a community to have a discussion about these rap lyrics. So share this video and hit the like button. All right, here's the Joe Budden video.
What we need to do for Hip Hop 50 is call somebody at Instagram and get rid of that girl on there that's highlighting all of the statutory lyrics in hip hop. Don't you know my nigga got a fucking kidnap? That's hard. She need to get out of here. All right. I don't want to play the rest.
Yeah, please don't. We good.
There's some more in there.
No, that's cool. That's cool. And don't say her name or nothing.
I ain't. Come on, man. What else y'all got?
Shadow ban somebody. Shadow ban her. Goddamn.
What else you got?
Hit the like button, 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 y'all.
Yeesh.
Say my name, ho. How you gonna pump fake like that? How you gonna send somebody to shadow ban me and you don't even let them know who they shadow banning? And then you go on to rap lyrics that you can't even finish because you know it's some fuck. You are a part of the problem. I'm not asking anybody to be canceled. I'm asking us to start looking at lyrics differently. And you are lucky that you don't have enough lyrics for me to even analyze. Say my name, ho. I can't. I cannot. Okay. Okay. Now, for one, emotional. I was emotional. The only thing that I want to apologize for is me saying he doesn't have enough lyrics for me to analyze, because he has bars on bars on bars.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
I'm not checking for Joe Budden, and he probably doesn't need me to, because I'm pretty sure I can find something if I look deep enough. But that is something I was capping hard on. I was in my feelings. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everything else, I stand by. Because yeah.
So what do you think about do you think Joe Budden himself is divisive, or do you think he's just playing, or just like, what do you think? Why do you think he said what he said?
I used to listen to him like hours at a time. I used to work warehouse, and he used to be in my headphones, like him and the crew were like my friends. So I feel like a lot of good has come out of his podcast. I feel like sometimes they sit around and talk about nothing. I feel like there's so many things. He has a big enough platform at this point where he could be feeding a lot of good to the community. And I feel like he missteps sometimes. I don't feel like it's intentionally destructive, but I feel like for him, his grown age, for him to have, you know, such an ear, and so, you know what I'm saying, he's been in the community, he's of the community, he's been in the industry and in the streets, and you know, I just feel like he should be doing more. Not that he has to, but you know, he can and should be, in my opinion.
Well, I don't like the word should, because people have the right to do whatever
Right.
they want to do, right? So, you know, people always say, well, you should do this because you got this. Like, sometimes that's not how you built your platform. Your platform is about just being yourself, you know? So shout out to Joe Budden. I listened to virtually every podcast episode. That's why, because I had sent it to you. I was like, yo, they talking about
yeah.
And shout out to Joe Budden, shout out to Mel, shout out to Flip, shout out to Ice, shout out to Ish. Like yeah, I love the show, right? And when he said that, because he said another time, he brought it up. He was like, yo, why does she think, because he's following you or watching you, and he's seen when you said say my name, ho, right? And he was like, why she want me to say her name? I don't understand. You know, he was like, yeah, it's just them earthy bitches, man. I was like, yeah.
And it's crazy because like this is a real time reaction, because I've only seen the one video, and then I had to go back and listen to the audio because someone explained to me that like when it comes to YouTube, you know, they won't play the song. So in the audio version of the podcast, he played some of the clips or whatever. But yeah, like all this is new information for me. So I had no idea, but I am glad that I did ruffle feathers, because like I've said in previous videos, I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because if we're able to talk about these things, whether it's art, whether it's somebody's feeling, like real feelings, whether they're representing, you know, a culture, it's like, if you can display this art, why can't I talk about it? Why can't I critique it and let you know how I feel about it, how other people feel about it? And that has been my only point. It has grown legs from here. I used to perform for my family and friends. Like,
yeah,
me waking up with thousands and thousands of followers was not my intentions. I've talked about similar things in the past, and it has never gotten this attention. So I thought I was safe to say what the heck I wanted to say on my little platform, but that's not the case. But yeah, like I said, it's there has been times where I have misstepped, I feel, after posting and, you know, representing some songs. You and I have had a conversation and spoke about certain songs being, you know, an overall act of violence versus how we were talking about before, the intentional trying to be with young people or whatever. So
let's get into what actually you are being you know, just attacked for. This woman right here, like I said, I can't play no music, but I will tell everybody to go and follow Bianca Monique, like on Instagram, right? It's just like how she has it right here, Bianca.Monique with 3 E's, right? And go on Instagram, because I can't play no audio. She plays virtually every rap song that we grew up listening to, that talked about things that we don't need to be talking about. So it was one with LL Cool J. He raps about riding by the schools, talking about he trying to pick up you know, a girl from high school. Is another one where MC Light literally is like, yo, I like the young boys, and I like I love to get a young F from a young buck. And I was like, or she said, I like a young buck. They're good for a young, you know, blank. And I was like, yo. And then there was another time when she talked about Pimp C, when he said he's gonna break into your house and he's going to do something to your girl, right? And I was like, wait, that is not the same thing, because I explained to Bianca, violence is violence, right? So I was like, don't conflate that with that. So, you know, because she kind of like got a little I'm not gonna say out of hand, but just because if y'all remember the song "Break 'Em Off Something," put a one in the chat if y'all remember the song "Break 'Em Off Something" with Master P and Bun B and Pimp C. He said, "We talking about we talking about kidnap, and I'm finna break in your house, and it's gonna be a bunch of hot caps." That's war. You know what I'm saying? So it's different than riding up to somebody's high school trying to find a girl versus we finna tie up everybody because you stole my money. You know what I'm saying? But all together, it's so many different songs. What other songs did you play?
There was the Field Mob song when they were talking. It's the Imagery, and I know because people are just like, oh, it's jokes, it's just jokes. But like, who who thinks about fellatio? Can I say fellatio? Who thinks about that from a fetus? You know, so when you're talking about, you know, being with a pregnant woman, I've been a pregnant woman, and I've had people say to me like, sex with y'all is bomb because it's wetter, it's whatever. Okay, fine, but at no time did they mention my baby. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. So when you put those type of lyrics in the Imagery, it's like when that baby is now born, because even in another one,
but we don't care about your baby.
Well, clearly he says that in the song. He said it's not mine.
It ain't on mine. I don't give a damn about your baby. Like if a pregnant chick want to give me some, I don't care nothing about her baby. What are you talking about? I don't care. Lord, like you don't care about your baby by letting me get up in there.
Very much.
Not if you let me smash. Like, why is you letting me smash? You pregnant with another man's child. So I want you to think about that. Uh-oh, did I lose her? Bianca, you there? Exactly. Notorious B.I.G. That song, that was about beef, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm letting her know. Certain things is about war and not about the other stuff. Bianca, if you froze up, just
oh, it froze.
Okay, cool. So another song, Nathan said X-Clan, Public Enemy, KRS-One. One of the most blatant songs that you played that really got to me was NWA. It was MC Ren is a vile human being. It was only MC Ren in a lot of those songs, and he just always talked about that. It's the preacher's daughter. I'm like, bro, she was only 15. I'm like, what? Because I remember the visual when I was listening to that. He was like, he go in his homeboy's house, and you know, a girl's butt is up in the air, and he's like, Birdman hand, and all of a sudden, he turns around and said, oh shit, it's the preacher's daughter. But in the whole situation, he turns around and says she was only a certain age. I'm like,
and that's another thing that's like really, because for me, if you're gonna talk about it, because earlier when you said there's some things we shouldn't be talking about, and I had posted a song about Brenda's Got a Baby. It's not that we can't talk about, you know, the R word or there being misconduct in our community, but it's like, as a narrator, as a storyteller, like what, you know, viewpoint are you telling it from, and are you glorifying it, or are you trying to shed light and, you know, it be an anti, you know, song. But in Brenda's Got a Baby, he handled her like she was a child that was mishandled, instead of calling her a hoe, calling her a slut, this, that, and the third, what the community would have seen her as. He didn't do that. So we can talk, there's a way to talk about young girls that are quote unquote fast in our communities without further hurting them, you know, and that's right. The only point that I've been trying to make.
But just keep in mind, and this, I'm not throwing bail out to rappers, but you have to understand that rappers don't care about y'all. Like and I'm not even saying that as a good thing or trying to be funny, but rappers are just rapping. They just rapping. They don't care nothing about you. They're not.
Accountability is on the listener. I do understand that.
Yeah.
It is definitely on the because even when you talk about kids being exposed, when we were having a conversation, a lot of our kids are exposed to certain things because they're out of our care a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Because the thing about it is, you broke up. You there? I think she's getting a call. You there? Okay. She'll be back. But the thing about it is, these parents need to be taking care of these kids, not rappers. So I just want y'all to just keep that in mind. I don't care if it's these stupid female rappers now or rappers back in the day. Like, it's up to the parent to take care of these children. Ain't no rapper taking care of my kids. You know what I mean? So y'all can, be mad at rappers all y'all want to, but I personally, like always, I'm mad at the parents. And that's why I'm so against single motherhood, because single motherhood is actually the rappers that are hurting kids more, not the actual rappers. So if y'all want to talk about hold on, me drop the invite again. Her phone dropped off. And if anybody else wants to come up here, y'all can come up here also if y'all want to. But I'm dropping that link for her. But if one of y'all want to come up also, y'all can come up. So here's another video that where she talked about it, because she gets a little personal with this. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
Responding to lyrics where a man expresses that he knowingly messed with a minor. And you're saying that I'm bringing this up because there's something in my past that I'm guilty about. I was one of those girls.
So she's talking about this comment that's over her. It says, women that feel guilty about their past always want to expose Black men now, because I don't see you saying anything about something. So that's what she's replying to in this particular clip right here.
You're responding to lyrics where a man expresses that he knowingly messed with a minor. And you're saying that I'm bringing this up because there's something in my past that I'm guilty about. I was one of those girls in high school that was getting in cars with 27-year-olds. Do I feel guilty? No. Because I was a victim. Children, whether they're boys, girls, all they want to do is please older people. They want to please authority figures. They want to please people that are ahead of them. And your cognitive dissonance will not allow you to understand that this was wrong on the adult's part, not the child. Because you guys were those little boys that were in high school that was mad about the older men coming and pick up the girls. You guys were upset, not just because you didn't get a chance with that girl, but because you knew it was wrong. And now that you're that grown man, you think it's okay.
Now that part, I told her that was not it. So I want to talk about this real quick, and then we're going to go a little farther in it.
Because you guys were those little boys that were in high school that was mad about the older men coming and pick up the girls. You guys were upset, not just because you didn't get a chance with that girl, but because you knew it was wrong.
So one thing I hate is when women start telling men what we think. Not saying I'm mad at you,
No.
but I can't stand that. Women just love to tell us what we thinking. We don't give a damn about what is wrong. We just want some ass, right? And when we're in high school, depending on who we are, depending on, like, a lot of us are skinny, a lot of us didn't have a car in the 10th, 11th, 12th grade or whatever. And even if we did have a girl, if we break up, we don't get ass no more, because back in the day, depending on who you are, you have to have a girlfriend in order to have sex. And if you don't have a girlfriend, you don't get no sex. The girls weren't just run around giving ass to everybody. It was giving ass to a select few of the guys, right? So the typical guy in high school, when they leave the actual high school and they go out in the parking lot and they see this BMW with this grown man or this 22-year-old man about to pick up the girl that you got a crush on that ain't giving nobody no ass, and she's getting in the car with him, you just like, come on, man. That's why she ain't giving none to us, because it's dudes like you.
Okay.
But no, we're not sitting here thinking like, oh, it's wrong because he's grown. No, he's taking ass away from us, and he's making it harder because now that other girls in school see that there's guys that have cars and all this other stuff, they really ain't gonna give us no ass. But go ahead.
I understand. There's guys like that. So, and I'm never one to generalize, but there are definitely guys that were telling me the real, he's not cool. He has the short eyes. He's a pedo. He's that. He's the, sorry,
Please.
trigger word. He's not that guy. So there would be, because I remember having to defend conversations like that. So that's why I said you can post that one, because that's an accountability post. There were times in my youth when I knew it was wrong, but not for the long-term psychological reasons that an adult would know that they're wrong. Kids do things that they know is wrong all the time. As adults, we're supposed to lead them, guide them, away from those things. But when an adult takes advantage of a child's nature, or a young girl's nature, a young boy's nature, that's where we have a problem.
And I can understand that. So let's go to a quick commercial. We'll come right back, y'all.
We meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun. Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games and give them out for Christmas. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get wore out.
Durable.
I need to buy some for the show.
Yes. So for everybody watching, if you have not already bought your Deeper Discussions card game, make sure to buy 2 or 3 of them, because Christmas is coming up and there's a lot of women in your family, and there's a lot of guys in your family that don't necessarily understand men or women the way they need to. And all you really have to do is buy this for them or buy this for yourself and just play the game on a date. A lot of you dudes are like, why don't they want to go out on a coffee date? A woman would easily go out on a coffee date with you if you have something fun to do. Nobody wants to sit in front of you and drink no freaking coffee. But if you turn around and say literally this, because I literally give you the verbiage to say, all you have to do is say this.
Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game?
And guess what she's going to say?
We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh.
And I'm going to tell y'all something. When a woman says, ew, that means she's like, ooh. So whenever you actually are thinking about taking a woman out on a date, buy this card game, and this is what you say. Listen to this.
Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
And she's going to say this.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
And I'm going to tell y'all, any woman that sounds like her, she likes her booty ate also. So when you say something about this card game and she says, ew, I'm down, that means she might also like her booty ate. So that's another little sneaky thing that you might, just keep in your mind. So all you got to do is buy this Deeper Discussions card game, and then you can meet a girl on Tinder or meet her wherever, and just say exactly what I just said, well, my man just said in this video, and I guarantee you she'll go out with you to Starbucks. You ain't got to take her to no expensive restaurant. So this card game right here will literally save you money, fellas, because you now have an excuse to take her on something really, laid back and nice. because women want to do something different. They don't want to go to no nice restaurant. They want to do something different. So, just want to say that.
And this is all backed by science.
Backed by science, yeah. Hold on, hold on, one more time. Whenever a woman says this, hold on. This is science.
Same time.
Ooh.
That right there?
What's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
She does that. Yeah, she likes her booty ate. So yeah.
I feel like that has elevated, that act of service has elevated to like the norm now. Like if that's not what you're doing,
I'm an active service person.
People ain't even trying to hear you.
I'm an active service person.
Oh my goodness. Wonderful commercial.
Okay, so thank you. So everybody buy your Deeper Discussions card game, ladies, and get your booty ate.
Yes.
But
that is a wonderful tagline.
But all together, let's go deeper in this situation. What do you want people to get from this whole viral scenario that is coming from whether it's the old school songs or whether it's the sexy reds run around talking about her booty? Like, what do you think is going on?
I started with the older songs only because, like I said, we were celebrating 50 years of hip hop. So I was starting there and moving up because a lot of older people will talk about the newer generation's music as if we weren't raised by, the generations before us. So It's only getting more scandalous. It's only getting more violent. It's only getting more, I feel like the sexy reds are little cousins, little babies of, the Trinas. And the Trina has a song that talks about if she could have started her sexual experience sooner, it would have been at 10. So stuff like that. When you talk about, the sexy reds, you have to talk about who the godmothers of this, So, but I feel the same way about that because I have clients that come in and bring their daughters and they're squirming around in the chair and their moms are like, well, if you sit still, I'll take you to a sexy red show or all this, that, and the third. And it's like, why are we bartering with, music and artists that are harmful to our kids?
Because they don't have a daddy. Because that's the biggest problem. All these fatherless people out here are looking for ways to circumvent fatherhood by putting a distraction in front of their kids, giving them options to, if you do this, I'll do this for you. See, with a father, it ain't no if you do this. You're going to sit your ass down somewhere and you're going to be quiet. I ain't never bartered with my damn kids.
And so that's a very uncomfortable conversation, but it's a conversation that needs to be had because every time someone talks about the fatherless and this, that, and the third, I do get triggered and I get defenseless because I'm not gonna say I was fatherless, but he's not something to write home about, and he is a problem, but like I said, it's something that we do need to talk about. And if it stemmed out of this conversation, then
your phone messed up again. Come on, Bianca. You there? Okay, good. Have you ever had a car that broke down on you?
Yes.
Did you give up on all cars?
No.
So just because one father didn't do right doesn't mean we're supposed to throw away fathers. And that's what usually happens with a lot of women. Y'all would love to say, well, my baby daddy or my ex-boyfriend or my own daddy didn't do this. So what we need daddies for? And I'm not saying you're saying that, but the consensus is that, and it's some bullshit. The reason why these women are so
feel like it's something
that's
not new.
Girls are getting picked up from high school is because their daddies ain't picking them up from damn high school. I don't know if her phone keeps messing up or she's getting phone calls or what. So give it a second. Hopefully she'll come back. Come on, Bianca. She got to put her phone on airplane mode or something. Okay. So the thing about it is, y'all, I want to admit something, but I want to wait for her to come back. Bianca, we can't keep doing this. Like, what in the world? I was right. I was about to get in my bag and all right. So we're gonna play the rest of this video and hopefully she'll come back in a second.
And now that you're that grown man, you think it's okay to do those things. A child is always going to want to date up, to talk to someone older, to impress someone older. I don't feel guilty. I'm not above taking accountability.
Hey sis, I don't know what you're
So right here, Bianca has somebody that hits her up and says, "Who hired you to attack Black artists? Does it pay you well? Are you going to do another type of music?" Or that's what they said.
upset for, but you should really be asking who was paying these artists to intentionally tell terrible stories. We only have 50 years worth of hip hop to look through, and a lot of it has hurt the Black community. So as a Black person in my community, I'm trying to hold not just the artists accountable, but it's more so the labels. These artists worked for people whose bottom line is to see us down bad. A lot of you guys watched They Clone Tyrone and missed the whole message. I don't think it was talking about actual clones. It's talking about people that are placed in society to keep or to help keep everybody down. If the people that are in our communities are pillars in our communities, but talking about rape, underage drinking.
Oh my God, I thought I bleeped it out.
Shooting, looting, killing. You know, it's what are we doing? And why are we okay with being fed this way? And when somebody brings it to your attention, why are you jumping down my throat? I'm literally just playing the songs back. The only rebuttals I really have is when I talk to weirdos in the comments. But I'm literally just playing you the music. You're upset about what you're hearing. I didn't write that.
Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. This can actually help parents. This can help young people. I'm here to spark this dialogue. We lost Bianca, so hopefully she'll be back in a second. What's up, Polo Gold? But all together, this is a conversation that has to be had. And like I was saying with Bianca, one of the biggest problems, because we can sit around and blame rap music all we want to, but the biggest problem in our Black communities isn't rap music, it's single motherhood. Because I want y'all to think about this, and this is something I wanted to say to her. I, as an adult, full-grown adult, used to pull up the high schools. You know why? Because I was there to pick up my own damn kids. I pulled up the high schools to pick up my own children. Why? Because I fathered my children. A lot of y'all can't say that. Y'all daddy ain't never came up to your high school because your mama didn't supply you with no damn daddy. I went to every last one of my kids' school. If there was a problem, I was there. If there was any issue, I was there. If they had a bad day, I pulled up to the school. I remember my oldest daughter, her phone got taken and she called me in the office. I came up to the school. Anytime my kids need me to come up to the school, I was there. Whether it's somebody picking on my kids or whether my kids did something wrong. There was one time my daughter got into it with a boy. She was running through the halls and she pushed, you know how doors just push open? She pushed the door open real hard and the door hit a boy in the face. And he slapped her because he thought she did it on purpose. And she called me. I came up there and I made both of them apologize to each other. Why? Because they both was in the wrong. So I didn't just run up to schools just taking my daughter's side. No, I was impartial. I was objective. And I made sure my kids understood the other side of whatever it is that you're doing. because she got on the phone like, oh, I'm gonna call my daddy on you. No. You better not weaponize me. Don't do that, because you turn around and get me hurt. You did something wrong, and you both gonna apologize to each other. So what I was saying earlier, Bianca, I was one of those grown men going up to high schools, but I was going to those high schools to pick up my own kids, which a lot of Black women have never seen. A lot of y'all have never seen y'all daddies come to your rescue while you at school, while you getting picked on, while somebody messing with you. You think the teacher is showing favoritism towards somebody else. I was at my kids' schools so much where everybody knew me. The parents, the students, everybody knew me. The whole football team knew me, because I went up there. I was about to fight the whole football team one time for my daughter.
Yeah, and I can't speak to that.
I'm saying, so we can sit around and talk about rap music and these dudes going up to high schools or whatever, but if it was more dudes going up to high schools that were actually the fathers, we wouldn't have this damn problem. Because I have no problems out of my kids, because my kids and my kids' classmates and teachers knew Mr. Mallory is going to be up at this school if you say anything to that little girl right there, and he going to come up here and act a damn fool. I got my kid kicked out of kinder care when she was a baby. When she was a baby, she got kicked out of kinder care because of me. I went in there and acted a damn fool. So I've been going to my kids' daycares, middle schools, elementary schools, high schools, colleges also. I was at my kids' college acting up. So I'll say it again: daycare, elementary school, middle school, high school, and college. Daddy was in their face. So if you Black women were to start paying attention to who you have sex with and require somebody to marry y'all asses, y'all wouldn't have to worry about no damn rap music affecting y'all damn kids, because y'all can't parent.
It's the mindset. I made sure that my son's father is very present. Even when he got to a certain age, there was no more, he lives with me. You know what I'm saying? If we couldn't be a together household, it's like I don't feel like I'm equipped. Like I can survive with a child. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of Black women have survived with their kids because of whatever the circumstance may be, but it wasn't the ideal situation that we would want for our children. Right. So when I recognized that I wasn't everything and he was, fit, he started living with his father around 5, 6 years old.
I love that.
Because it's like I provide, like literally provided, like I breastfed. You know what I'm saying? When he needed me the most, I was there, but he has a father to show him how. The turnaround for me was when I took him to go use the restroom and I sat him down on the toilet and he like kind of did like a scoot off and he was like, no, I stand up when I pee.
I gotta stand up. Right.
Yeah, like
right.
It's time. And I'm just glad that me and his father were in a space at that time where he could, take on that role. Like I'm glad I wasn't bitter. I wasn't, but I do see the same things that you see in our community. Where people are having babies and using them as pawns or using them as the glue to hold situations together. But
no, then even the good ones. If you fail to marry your baby daddy, you're still trash. Because the thing about it is, and I don't mean trash in a bad way, you're still a part of the problem, because a child needs a father and a mother in the same household. Right. And I know it doesn't always happen like that, but that's what the child needs. So I said a long time ago, single motherhood is a form of failure, but we always want to blame somebody else for our kids being messed up. It starts with single motherhood. So if you start something wrong, it's a good possibility that it's going to end wrong. Right. If somebody drops me off in the middle of nowhere, it's a possibility I'm going to die. I might make it, but look what I got to start with. So single motherhood is literally dropping a human being in the middle of a desert and expecting them to figure it all out. So yes, rap.
A part of the problem, yes, and that's why I said, like, I don't want to run away from accountability. Who I allow to father my children was a choice of mine. Not everybody has, those choices. Sometimes that choice is taken away. Sometimes that choice is made too early because there's a lot of teen pregnancies. And when we talk about, like how I was saying before, when we talk about teens, I feel like we have to be careful because
kids weren't pregnant as teens.
There are a lot of things that we do as teens that don't serve the same consequence as raising a child.
My kids weren't.
No, I know. And like to your point, like you said, you were there as a father. But when we
I just want to say this, both of my kids lost their virginity after 20.
Right. And like I said, to your point, it was because you were there as a father. Now, we can say we can't generalize because there are teenage pregnancies in a 2-parent household. But my point is, when we say that single motherhood is a part of the problem, I'm not running away from that point. It's just to say it kind of takes the blame away from the man. The woman, yes, she chose to keep the baby, but the parent that left.
No, you chose to keep the loser baby daddy. See, you don't just keep the baby, you keep the loser baby daddy that you chose. So there's no accountability.
Are we taking all the blame away from the man though?
Yes. You know why? Because if I go drink, this is Fiji water, right? It says Fiji, right? Yes. But if I go decide instead of drinking water, I go drink some bleach and I go to the hospital, is the bleach fault or is it my fault for putting the wrong thing in my body? Cum is a substance just like water is. So if I put bleach in my body instead of water and I go to the hospital, do you blame the bleach? Yes or no?
The bleach didn't do nothing wrong.
So the man didn't do nothing wrong. You chose to allow a foreign substance to go into your body. I pay attention. Everybody watching me, I only drink Fiji. This one is gone. I don't drink no other water. So if I was a woman, I would be the type of person who would say, I only, I don't want to say that. So if women just operated like me and only allowed certain substances, proven substances to go inside of their body, they wouldn't be single mothers. No, we're not doing that. So the accountability can't be on a bum that you chose.
You carry these children from the moment that you are born to the moment you ejaculate into a woman.
Do you see how you want to ignore and
no, I'm not ignoring
the ejaculating part? What happened when your legs was up in the damn air and you was looking at the damn ceiling fan? What about then? Forget about carrying the baby. Forget about raising the baby. What about when your damn legs was up in the air?
No, I'm talking about sharing responsibility, sharing blame.
You don't share blame with a person that you have
taken accountability.
I'm talking about when you're having sex, Bianca. Are you sharing blame when you're having sex with a person?
Sharing the blame for a lot of kids out here being without
fathers. Why you ain't wear a condom? I'm sick of black women blaming their trashy lives on men. When they are the ones
the men that deal with quote unquote trashy women are not trash.
Say it again.
So these men that are quote unquote dealing with these trashy women are not trash. It's like your argument is one-sided.
No, my argument is one-sided depending on the actual person I'm talking to. So if I was talking to a dude, because there's a dude that I did a show with the other day, this little dude named Coochie or something. He is the custodial parent of his child, right? Because he had a baby with a hole or something, right? So if I was talking to him, I would say, you the one who nutted in that hole. So you are the problem. So whoever it is I'm talking to, you got to stop having unprotected sex with stupid people. And I said this to you earlier, and I did a whole show about this. Do y'all understand that animals have more dating understanding, have more mating thoughtfulness have more common sense than a lot of y'all women do. An eagle, a lion, I'll play the video. Animals actually have more dating acumen than human women. Y'all let anybody fuck, but an animal won't. And y'all want to say, what about accountability? Animals have more accountability than y'all damn women do. The shit is disgusting.
Do we need to be more choosy with who we have sex with? Absolutely. But so
That's
do
really
men.
The only and final answer.
No.
Because after that, you ain't got
to men. We're not having sex with ourselves. We're not creating babies with ourselves. Us choosing to keep babies in some states is not even our choice anymore.
All right, there. So, there you go again. It's always after the insemination, after the conception. You talking about the keep baby. The problem is always there. If I go out and rob a bank, I can't sit around and get mad that the police is on the way. Or if I choose to not run, or if I choose to go to jail, I don't rob the bank already. Once you've made the infraction, anything can happen. So it's not about keeping the baby or not keeping the baby. If you don't rob the bank, it's over. You can get away, you can make it, you can go to another country and get all your money but most likely you're not. You already made the infraction, Bianca. And that's the thing. Women always want to go past the conception. I'm talking about when your ass was up in the air. Because women love to sit around and cry about their baby daddy, but did they cry when their ass was up in the air?
Niggas cry about their baby mamas all the time.
And they trash too. That's what I'm saying.
So whoever is I'm talking the same thing, but you take away the accountability from the man when you put
other person and not the man. See, it's the individual. Okay, I'm all about individual, right? Individual. It's not about the other person, no matter what it is. I literally did a video about toxicity. People aren't toxic. It's you and the other person. The mixture between you and the other person is toxic, right? So if you don't mix yourself with another person, there's no toxic relationship. But we love to call the other person toxic. No, you're the other part of the damn toxicity. Do you know if you put glass in acid, there's no toxicity? Because the glass is impervious to acid. But you put something else in there, it's toxic. So that means it depends on what you put in the acid that's toxic. So it depends on what you allow in your body that turns into a bad situation. It's what you allow inside of you, just like the glass in the acid versus something else. So it's not about not holding men accountable. It's about holding yourself and yourself only accountable, no matter who I'm talking to. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Because like I said, if I was talking to a guy, I would be like, no, it's your fault too.
Yeah, I just feel like on this platform, as we're live, we're talking to men and women. So I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page when it comes to like that part of it. Because when we spoke earlier, I definitely agree with you. Even when we were talking about going back to the lyrics, and we were talking about family members basically holding a safe space for
the Chesters.
Yes. I wasn't sure if I could say that. But when and you made a good point when you said who's bringing these gatherings together. A lot of the times it's the matriarchs of the family. They're the ones calling everybody up, getting the invitations out, inviting everybody. The people that are at the table are there because of the matriarchs of the family. Now, the Chesters are wrong up and down this, up and down in this equation. But at the same time, you made a very good point that I couldn't run from. And that's it. As women, especially as we get older, we perpetuate this cycle because we don't call the police. We don't handle things the way we're supposed to when we find out certain things have happened to our kids, our nephews, our babies. And it's a disservice to the community because who are we really protecting? If somebody has made that decision, if somebody has decided to be that vile, who are they to be owed protection?
See, Black women, they don't protect children. They protect their images. See, most children who get touched, they go to their mama and their mama tell them don't say nothing. That's where keep everything in house and don't tell nobody comes from. The mama. It's the mama who's the terrible person. she allows, usually the Chester is one or two people. It's the brother or the boyfriend. So who brought him in the house? Her brother or the boyfriend? It's the mama. How did he get in there?
How do you Oh,
see, y'all want to sit around and talk shit about men. Y'all the ones that are the biggest problem. We can talk about rap, all this other shit, but y'all asses are way worse than rappers.
So we got to throw that into the uncomfortable conversation pile.
Black women are way, I'll say this on any platform, are way worse than rappers. I will never put a rapper over a woman when it comes to the disgusting, vile shit that happens to young people. It's the women that are doing this, not the rappers. Because a lot of the reason why the rappers are saying what they saying is because they had a damn single mother and they ain't had no damn daddy. They grow up in the hood. They went through all kinds of shit. They over there getting shot at. They living in the projects and shit. Why? Because they mama did not sufficiently provide them with a goddamn father. That's why they so damn angry doing crazy
it is definitely
shit.
their job as a mom. It is to that was I did that. We're not together, and that is where I failed, but he does have a great father. But my question is, where are the fathers?
Y'all didn't.
I understand what you're saying. You're gonna say it a million times. Where are they though?
Do you realize that 53% of black men are unmarried and no children? I ain't had a child in 25 years, so I'm one of them. I have adults. I don't have children. So I'm one of them. We ain't running around getting y'all asses pregnant. The losers are getting y'all pregnant. The good men don't have kids. So that's where all the fathers are. They're not dumb enough to get one of y'all asses pregnant. So y'all have no choice but to get with a loser because y'all be wanting a damn baby. You know, that maternal clock start coming on like, oh, when you're 32, like, oh my God, am I going to ever have a baby? And next thing you know, they like, all right, I got to find somebody dumb enough to come in me. Hey, you want to come in me? And you're going to find the dumbest nigga. And only the dumb niggas are going to come in y'all. That's why almost all of y'all's baby daddies almost are losers. Almost every last one of the black women's first baby daddy was a loser. That's a guarantee. Almost. I would say 90% of black women's first baby daddies was a bum because y'all just want a damn baby.
So there aren't successful
unmarried.
There aren't successful men out there that have the equivalent when it comes to a baby mama.
I don't understand your question.
There are well-off men. There are men that have quote unquote done everything right and still ended up with a woman that they have children by.
They were stupid too.
But okay.
I got married. I raised my kids in a beautiful neighborhood in the subdivision. The school bus came right in front of the house. My kids had a great life growing up. We went outside. My kids did not have boundaries. I said, don't go past the subdivision, but y'all go wherever y'all want to, because I train my children on how to deal with stuff because that's what daddies do. My kids weren't in the house. My kids they were girls. They went outside every day. It ain't now time I came home from work and my kids was inside, and unless when it was little. They went outside. They rode bikes. They played softball. They were outside because they were up under my tutelage. And I said, take y'all asses outside. Go out and learn something. And y'all have my protection even when I ain't around, because they had my training. And that's what fathers do. They train their children. My children do not listen to rap music to this day. I call my kids right up right now. Neither one of my daughters listen to rap music. Neither one of them. Because I train my kids. Rap music is trash. Neither one of them. I call them up right now. So that's what I'm saying. I lead by example. I did things to the best of my ability the right way. I raised my damn kids. We ain't had to worry about no grown dudes coming to my kid's school because my ass was the one coming up to their school. So the answer to all of this,
for those who don't have that, because we talked about this, for those who that did not have that, because you, like you said, you lead by example. You did what you were supposed to do. You did everything the right way, to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
For those kids that don't have that, after we've blamed the mama for not providing a good dad, after blaming the dad for being a deadbeat, where does that leave the kids? And the influences that unfortunately they have to come across because their young mothers have to now. And it's not all the time.
No, they're stupid mothers. Don't try to. They're young mothers. They didn't know.
Okay,
listen. Their dumbass mothers did what?
When we talk about kids, though, that's what I'm saying. Like we're talking about a certain situation.
Don't try to put young in there, like young.
But
mothers,
it is.
no.
Well, how come when it comes to motherhood, that's the only mistake, or that's the only thing that we don't?
Motherhood. The only thing that denotes motherhood is making a child. So what else is that going to denote?
What I'm saying is young people make terrible decisions all the time. These decisions, the consequences aren't always the same. Unfortunately, having sex with the wrong person or having sex at all can lead to having a baby.
That's
and what I'm saying is
a lot of
these families, all I'm saying is a lot of these families that we're speaking of were started at very young ages.
They're not families then. They were broken homes. So use the right words. Don't say young mothers, say stupid women. And on top of that, hold on.
Not all of them were stupid women. That's what I'm trying to say. There are some.
Don't use the word young
generalizing all of these.
But don't generalize them as young men. I'm telling you, I'm going against your generalization and saying don't say young. I'm
not generalizing anything.
I'm young mothers. No, they're not young. They stupid. Because not all of them are young. We all do stupid shit. Like I said, if I go rob a bank, I'm stupid. If I go to jail, if I don't go to jail, I did something stupid. We got to be real.
At no point in this conversation have I said the word all. Have I said even most? I say some, I'm saying some, and I'm talking about a certain category of women.
Do you know
we're talking about young girls that are brought up without fathers. And what I'm saying is a lot of these young girls.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to use the word young mothers, I'm going to throw in stupid mothers. And you're not talking about all of them, and I'm not talking about all of them. Because I'm not going to allow you to let these women get off.
It's not about allowing me. It's about me having my opinion.
And this is my opinion. Well, I can't have my opinion.
But I haven't even been able to finish the thought that I'm trying to have.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm talking about a certain category. Because I said after we're done blaming, after we're done blaming the mother that was careless.
Why is she being blamed? It's accountability. We're not even blaming rap music. Aren't we holding rap music accountable? We're not blaming rap music.
I'm literally saying what you're saying, and I'm moving on to the next part of the point.
Okay.
I've already agreed with you. I've agreed with you so many times.
Okay.
It's a hard conversation to have, but I'm saying I don't mind having it, and I've agreed with you. We are a part of the problem. But what I'm saying, the young girls and the young boys that are left in these single mother households, and they're being raised and groomed by these outside influences. These are the conversations that I'm having. When you talk about these stupid females or these stupid males that are having babies, they're having them as kids, as stupid as they are. They are.
These grown ass people. When you're a kid is when you 13, 14. Okay. Most women are getting pregnant when they are above 16, 17. Back in the day, they used to get pregnant that young. They're not getting pregnant that young. You can look up the statistics right now if you want to. What is the average black woman? I'll do it myself. Let's see. Talking about some damn young age. That's some bullshit. What is the average age of a black woman having a baby?
According to
22. Stop it.
First birth was highest for non-Hispanic Asian women, followed by non-Hispanic white, Hispanic, and non-Hispanic black women.
Well, it says 22. I thought she was going to say it. It says black. Okay. It says Asian 28. It says Hispanic white 25, Hispanic 22, and non-Hispanic black 22. Stop it. They're not young. They're stupid. Stop it. We need to stop that shit. I'm sick of y'all running around trying to make excuses for the dumb shit y'all do, because y'all, we when we do dumb shit, we go to jail for it. We get our ass whooped for it. We die for it. But when y'all do stupid shit, nothing happens to y'all.
Too, when we were talking about, I think we were talking about the last person in the train usually goes to jail because,
yeah.
Because in the beginning of the train, everything was kosher, everything was agreed upon until someone gets tired or whatever.
Yep.
And it goes back to accountability. The same way that men say that we need to stop putting ourselves in situations that can end up, you know, with a baby, with the R word, with whatever. Men have to stop putting themselves in situations where they can get blamed, where they can get, you know, robbed, or they can get set up.
I agree. Jonathan Majors, I call him stupid because he stayed with that white Jonathan Majors.
Oh,
he lost everything. He stayed with that white girl. I don't
understand what really happened in that whole thing.
Okay, there was audio of him going off on her because she keeps doing stupid shit. She be doing drunk shit. You know, she's a white girl. She's done dumb white girl shit. And it was audio of him yelling at her in a nice way. Like, I need you to do better. What is wrong with you? Da, 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 da. And then later on, that situation with them being in that car happened. So I blamed him. I didn't blame her. I blamed him. He's the idiot because he stayed with the damn woman. So I hold the individual that committed the crime accountable, whether it's male or female.
I can agree with that.
See, people only see when I talk mess about women. They always never see, because I did that video yesterday. Nobody ever sees when I talk shit about men. I went off on P. Diddy. I said P. Diddy is a piece of shit. Nobody hears that though.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Because remember, like when we talked on the phone, I was like, I really like, you know, I really like your personality. But I also really like hating you, right? Like,
that's it. People want me. See, people want to hate me. People want to get mad at me. People want to argue with me. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and
I'm okay with that. But people purposely don't see when I go off on dudes.
Yeah. It could be. I don't know. I don't know if it's something that I don't know if it's the algorithm showing us certain things that we want to see. Because even today, when you were going through my page and you were like, "Oh, you didn't even see certain things that I had posted." It's like you have to go looking for certain things. So yeah, it's all a mess. But I appreciate, like I said, even when I don't agree with you, I'm like, why are you triggered, Bianca? Why is it pissing you off? Why?
Right.
Why don't you like what he's saying? And it's because it's so normalized.
Yes.
It's so normalized. And whether it's like how you said, women are blaming men, and men, like how you said, y'all know what it is because y'all, for the most part, mind y'all business until y'all see the culture shift. But like, we have to talk about it. And if it's women that need to be held accountable, then we need to be held accountable. But if we can't sit up here and complain about what's going on in our society or in our communities if we're not open to change it. And unfortunately, like me and my mom, we had the conversation about, you know, the Chesters and the whatnot in the family. She wasn't the matriarch that had them around, but we had to talk about it. And I had to let her know that that's the reason why I removed myself, you know, when it came time for me to have my own children. I wasn't as fun and happy-go-lucky and go say hi to Uncle so-and-so. Like, no, you allow your energy to be what it is, and you know, we're going to be over here. But it was something that I had to grow up and take accountability for.
Yeah.
But we're not ready. I won't say we're not ready to have the conversation, but I think it has to be handled in a certain way, because when certain people feel attacked, their ears shut off. Or they will make up things that you're not even saying.
But why do people feel attacked?
Because it's normal. It's very normal. Like even okay, so even when I had posted the MC Light video, right? if you take away the fact that she's a woman and you just read this out as spoken words, you'd be like, what the hell are you saying? You know what I'm saying? The fact that you put a sick ass beat on it or whatever and made it rhyme, it's okay. And then when I'm telling men or, you know, that you were most likely, you know, groomed as a kid, and they're just like, oh no, I like this shit, I did it. That's the point. It's so normalized. Yeah. And when we talk about it, you want to say that I'm square, you want to say that I'm, you know, whatever, or I'm jealous, because it's a lot. It's a lot that's been thrown at me.
You are earthy.
Yeah. All because I don't want children touched, or I want kids at a certain age to be given an option. If kids want to play around with each other and experiment with each other, that's one thing. But for them to be literally sown seeds by adults is very dangerous.
I agree.
It's so dangerous. Like the sexual transmitted diseases in 13-year-olds have gone up, and it's like, who's having sex with these babies?
I agree.
Who is infiltrating these daycares? Like, I don't like it. But the closest people that are to our babies are women. Yeah. So we do have to take accountability.
And that's what I'm saying. The closest person to our babies are the women, and nobody says anything to their asses.
Yeah. That's the reason why we get to fly under the radar when it comes to trafficking. Like, women are being used to traffic other women. Women are being used to become best friends with women so that they can go on vacations.
Don't say that T word. So let me tell you something. A woman, I'm gonna play it. Where is it? This just happened. So I just want to tell you how dangerous women are. This is no, hold on. Where is that? Where is it? Women are the most dangerous people on the face of the earth when it comes to children. And people get mad at me, and I don't give a damn. Like, we got to get these women away from these damn children. Here it is. Listen to this shit. This just happened yesterday.
It's your girl Ray Diva, and I'm back with another one. And baby, this one is wild. That right there is 37-year-old Fallon Harris,
woman,
who allegedly killed her 12-year-old son over an SD card. That's right, y'all. An SD card. So the story goes like this. Fallon had took the SD card out of some device out of her car Friday night and could not find it Saturday morning, at which time she asked her son, had he seen it? He said no. She didn't believe him. An argument started, at which time she pulled out a gun and shot this poor baby in the head. But then took a phone call, baby. Talked to somebody. Got off the phone. Asked him one more time while he's laying there on the floor in his blood, where was her SD card? He said he didn't know, at which time she shot him in the head, execution style, taking this young man's life.
Black women.
What in the mob secrets was on that SD card? What the
you gotta understand. You gotta understand. Name a time when you've ever heard of a black man deleting a child right now. Name one.
I mean, I didn't have that one until I had a couple.
Stop it.
I was about to say I have a couple because I don't know if you remember that.
2 days ago, another woman deleted their kid. Women are the biggest enemy. The children are under attack by their own goddamn mothers. Y'all want to talk about some damn rap music?
That's vile too. But
single mothers, they're mentally ill. They're mentally ill, and they're in charge of our goddamn children. And we want to talk about some damn rap music. We need to talk about the damn women. Get these children from these women. It needs to be against the law for single. I said it before. I'll say it again. Single motherhood needs to be against the law.
So how do we deal with that?
Oh, it'd be simple. If single motherhood was against the law, the men who are sleeping with these women would be so scared to get the woman pregnant because he would have to take care of the child. And I mean, like after 5, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, well, whatever. But it's like once the child turns 6 years old, the law says the child has to go to the father. You know what I'm saying? So the father is going to be a little bit more careful because he knows he's going to be responsible for this child. And if something happens to the child before the child gets with the dad goes to jail.
Okay, just as long as everybody's accountable. I likes it.
The child stays with the mother between until the age of 6. But between the age of 0 and 6, if something happens to the child that the woman does, the man goes to jail because it's his job to make sure that child is taken care of, because overall the woman is unfit to take care of no goddamn child simply because she's a dysfunctional woman. So at the age of 6, the child goes with the daddy. So that makes it where dad is not going to be running around nutting in random women because he don't want no goddamn kids. So it's going to be less children being made, and it's going to be less dysfunction. It's going to be less bullshit, and it's less all the stuff that we talk about. It'll be eradicated. All we have to do is do that one thing, and then women will be scared to let some random dude her because she knows that her child is going to be taken away from her, because she already knows her dumb ass just wants a baby. She don't care about the baby herself. She just wants a baby, like a dog. Like women just want a baby like a pet dog. They don't really look into, because if they did look into the raising of a child like animals do, they would have gotten married in the first place. Everybody would pay attention to their actions.
Have you ever been manipulated and conned by a woman?
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. You there? Oh no, don't go now. Bianca, don't go now. She gonna freeze up and after asking that crazy ass question. Bianca, bring your ass back here. No. Y'all seen that? She gonna freeze up after asking that question. Bring that ass here. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all are not hitting the like button. Everybody hit the like button. We finna go to a commercial, and Bianca will be right back. She gonna try to freeze up. We'll be right back.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games and give them out for Christmas. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
Okay, you try to freeze up.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. My Wi-Fi has all 3 of their little. But no, I was gonna ask if you had ever been manipulated, conned, in a situation with a woman, or if you ever felt like you were basically you entered a relationship where she was one way and she changed up on you, or did you always feel like you knew her for face value?
I wasn't manipulated.
Oh.
Why am I a victim of somebody lying?
No, it's not about that. It's not about the.
Do you know if I dated you, there's certain attributes about you that you're not going to tell me until I really get to know you? That wouldn't be you manipulating me. I would just see the other side of you. What are you talking about? Why does somebody always got to be manipulated? Why y'all always want to be?
Because when you talk about when you say people are stupid for doing or being with certain people, not everything is revealed up front. And a lot of the times people make
should nut in a woman that I don't know. In other words,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
she manipulated me into nutting in her. No, that don't happen. No. If I nutted in her,
we should take.
She did not say, "Come in me." No. So no, I was not manipulated. No, the answer is no. I was never.
Okay.
She acted this way and it started acting that way, but I was not manipulated. So to answer your question is no. I don't get manipulated. I do dumb shit because I want to do dumb shit because I'm too presumptuous or overzealous instead of slowing down and paying attention to the person. It's on me. You see that?
Right.
Nobody manipulates me. I just do dumb shit or I'm overzealous instead of slowing down.
But for the people who have been lied to.
We all get lied to.
No, I know. When we make decisions based on people's lies, when we believe certain actions until they change.
Name an action. Because if I haven't married you, you shouldn't let me nut in you.
I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm just confused. I don't understand.
I'm not going to argue with that.
You manipulated me. We're not doing that. I'm sorry. I don't get manipulated, Bianca. I do dumb shit. I don't nut it in women, and she didn't get pregnant. But
What'd you say?
I said I don't nut it in women and didn't get them pregnant, and that was my dumb ass. She didn't manipulate me into doing it. I wanted to do it, or I didn't pull out fast enough. I should have wore a condom. I
likes it. Okay, I'm here for it.
I should have at least about 3 more kids, but I don't. Lucky me. But all together, I wouldn't be like, oh, she manipulated me. I was young. No, I was stupid.
I feel that. I like that. I have no rebuttal for that.
That's what I'm saying. See, men aren't victims. Y'all are victims. Everything that happened to y'all is a
not everything. I feel like people are solely, we just have to get out of what is normal. Like, it's normalized for us to be damsels in distress, and things of that nature. There's certain privileges that we have that we've grown accustomed to. We like to live in our femininity and our womanhood when it benefits us. When it doesn't,
victimhood, not womanhood, victimhood.
Victimhood. We turn the tables when it doesn't benefit us. So I do see that. But like I said, these are norms that need to be broken, because at the worst of it, the generations that we're raising are suffering for it. And
for y'all stupidity, right?
Leave me alone. It's it definitely takes more than just the woman, whether it's her faults or her, her triumphs. Like, it takes more than us, and we need to figure out what the issue is. But it definitely starts with us knowing that we are a part of the problem, if not a big portion of the problem. Because whether we are the perpetrators, whether we are the predators, it's like you can't allow that cycle to continue. If you see something, do something. Yeah. If you know that you're not equipped to be a mother, don't put yourself in positions that will call for you to be someone's mother. Like you said, control the boundaries in which you have with men. I don't even allow myself to, like, even with me working the way that I work, I don't allow myself to be here past a certain hour, just because I know it's demon time for certain people. The sun goes down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does suck that I have to think outside of myself, but I'm, like how me and you spoke, I'm responsible for me and mine. Yeah. So if I continue to try to think for everybody else and how everybody else moves, I'm going to continue to be at a loss instead of me figuring out what the issue is in my house. Right. But yeah, it's
more women need to admit that they be doing stupid shit. That's really it. Because we men will admit that we be doing stupid shit, but every time a woman does some stupid shit, it's somebody else's fault, and she's a victim, and that's some bullshit. And that's the reason why these children are messed up, not because of rap music. Because rap music is allowed, you know what I mean? Just like you said in your hair salon, women are like using rap music and all this dumb shit in order to, slow the kids down from acting up and stuff. So rap music isn't a problem. Single motherhood is a problem. Rap music wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for single motherhood, because the epitome of rap is poverty and poverty. None of us would be in poverty if most of us had a dad. Some of us would be in poverty, but most of us wouldn't if we had fathers. And that's really it.
So do you think music or art at all like has a responsibility, or is it just
nope?
No, okay.
Music is music. You can listen to a podcast, you can listen to music. It's up to you to listen to it. Like I said, my kids do not listen to rap music. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna call one of my kids. I'm gonna tell y'all, rap music is not the devil or nothing. Call my other one. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button.
I can't see nothing.
Oh well, neither one of them answer the phone.
They grown and they
Y'all
don't
get on my
have time.
nerve. Right.
They grown and do not have time.
They ain't studying me. But yeah, I did not do anything to my kids to make them not listen to rap music. I just offered them a belief system and I showed them what the world actually was. And I said rap music is a part of the dysfunction of Black people, and their rappers are usually the product of single motherhood. Y'all aren't the product of single motherhood. So what's the use of y'all listening to other people's problems that aren't yours? Y'all didn't grow up like these bums and idiots and drug addicts and whores. Like, why you want to listen to these dumb people? You didn't grow up like that, you know? Feel sorry for them. So we feel sorry for rap music instead of listening to rap music.
Yeah. I feel it.
Somebody
but
told
it's
me,
being celebrated in the culture.
my favorite rapper is Future, right? And he got a whole bunch of baby mamas. And somebody said, how can somebody that is against single motherhood like rapping or like listening to Future? Because I only listen to it as music. I don't listen to the dumb shit he be saying. I just like it as music. I don't listen to the words.
I used to feel that way. Like I really did. And I thought, because even when you know, all the music that I've been posting, some of them was like me hearing it for the first time. Some of them I knew the words to. Like I grew up listening to them, like especially the Tyler the Creator song. And when I go back to when I was listening to that, I can honestly say I didn't love myself. I didn't even like myself. I was going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just here. And I found music that was very disturbing. It was very dark. And it did not help me. It didn't help me feel any better. But when I found music that was more enlightening, I did push against it. And I thought it was corny as hell. But I started to feel better, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't like, and I said in a couple videos, I don't want to cancel anyone and I don't want to silence anyone. And I don't want freedom of speech to be tampered with. I just want some people to realize, like, if you're feeling a certain way, or if you're down in the dumps or whatever, and you're continuously like listening to what you've been fed, like there's a reason for it. Like even when they talk about certain hurts and certain things, like we're not even supposed to be listening to music, you know, with certain frequencies, you know, it can really change the chemistry of what's going on with us. And that's just, I just want people to just be more aware. It's not to really police anyone. Because I just know how I felt. And I know that there are other options. And, you know, that's just it on that.
Can I tell you a secret about how stupid and dysfunctional rap music is? In any city you're in, because you're in Colorado, right?
Yes.
Regardless of what city you're in, do you know hip hop is always at the lower frequencies? It's going to be at 97 point something. And white people music is going to be at 109 or whatever.
If you want to get real healthy, you'll get up in the 400s. But like I learned that when I was, you know, in music school. And that's another reason why when people are like, why does she care? Why does she? I used to do TV and film. And I used to do like, please don't go looking for these videos, but I've been in some like music videos and stuff like that. And it's just, I've been at certain parties. I've been at certain places and I've seen certain things. And when they start taking phones and making you sign papers and stuff, it's like, you know, like what is the real agenda? And that's when your wheels start turning. And then you see everybody that's consuming this stuff. Yeah. You know, we would be there and I'm either an extra or a paid whatever. And I'm getting a firsthand look of all of these people ignoring morality, ignoring everything that they've been taught and believe in, You know what I'm saying? And just they're just there for a good time. They're there to be entertained, and it's just like, yo.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just very interesting. And just me being in the world, me being of the world, and actually me just being, you know, sitting back and just absorbing a lot. When I can't sleep, I make it to where y'all can't sleep. y'all talk about it amongst yourselves. I'm just happy to start the conversation. But I am happy for people that have held me accountable as well. Like just trying to keep my focus. Like, what is it that I want out of this conversation?
Right.
Making sure I'm not placing blame on just one demographic of people. It's not an attack on men. You know, just making sure that I stay in a lane that I can be proud of, and also learn too. I don't mind learning. I've learned so much, and I'm watching women kind of have the veil pulled from their eyes too. Like, yo, bitch, like we we gotta tighten up.
Right.
So I'm with it. I really am, because it's not just y'all. I promise it's not. And we have to get out of this. It just is what it is, because like you said, our babies are in danger.
Great.
And y'all men, because I'm raising an 11-year-old, and it's like he only has so many years to where people think he's cute and cuddly. Like they're already starting to
he's about to be the enemy in a couple years.
Yeah. And I'm like, y'all don't have that much time to be kids and be, you know, so more advocacy for young boys and men. Definitely.
And you being a hairstylist, can you just do me a favor? Hopefully you'll do it. Don't let them have dreads. Give them a bald head or short hair.
No, sorry. He's on his second set of locks. His dad just recently cut his hair. So
dumb people have dreads.
That's
not dreads. True. It's the plaits. It's not dreads. It's the plaits. Like that's dumb people hair. Like
so
don't do your son like that. Only dumb people wear their hair like that.
Jaden has like traditional locks, so he has like a grid and everything. He gets a manicured, but
if it's locked, that's one thing. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I do know what you're talking about. I try, and there has been some styles that I have turned away on children, only because I feel like they still need time to be children, you know, if you want to make certain decisions later on. So I totally understand that. But I feel like that kind of trickles into respectability politics, which is another uncomfortable conversation that I love having. But the idea of what's respectable varies from person to person. And I totally get what you're saying, because it's like we want to give our boys the best chance possible, you know, and if we know the world sees them a certain way with locks or with braids or with unkept, you know what I'm saying? It's like we have to we have to acknowledge that we're kind of setting them up for failure, because we're not creating a world for them in which they can be themselves. We want them to go out to, you know, into the corporate world or into the whatever, and you're expecting them not to be treated.
And it's not really about corporate. It's about trust. The less hair that is on your head and face, the more naked you are, and you can't hide nothing from nobody, right? So just from a physiological standpoint, you're more trustworthy the less stuff that you have blocking your face. Even the dude with the big old beards is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But the most trustworthy people in history have been people who are more clean cut. So when you are raising a young man, it's important to give him a certain amount of years of his life being clean cut and not all this bullshit on his head, because it's almost girly. It's dingy. It's grimy, and it makes young boys look dumb. I think they're more dumb when they have all this bullshit on their head. If it's unkept, it makes you feel dumb.
I think the reason why is honestly systematic, because it depends on where you are that you would feel that way. Because if you are in a space that's telling you, you know, X, Y, and Z, I can understand that. Like the military, they've just come around locks and certain styles like that.
Yeah.
But before, it was seen a certain way. So I do feel like it's more about changing people's minds about what's acceptable versus trying to change someone, you know, because a lot of these kids are growing up with this being the norm. And like dreads used to be dreadful, and now they're not. You're seeing a lot of people that are, you know, very well educated that just happens to, like, you know, express themselves a certain way. I do think it's unfortunate, but like when I first started my son's locks, my grandfather would call him a jigaboo, and I
see,
and I had to have a conversation with him, because back in his time, being as close to white kept him from getting killed. Being as close to white and being as close to acceptable kept him safe. So when he's looking at
white,
he had to put
hair is white.
He had to straighten his hair. My grandfather straightened his hair. My grandfather
have a short haircut. You ain't got to do all that shit. But that's gay too. That's what I'm saying. All this shit is gay.
The only thing that makes you gay is you like having sex with men. That's the only thing that makes you gay.
Whatever. It's gay.
Because that's a word that we throw around too much. Like we throw it.
Whether it's women with these little stupid wigs and whereas the dudes with all this stupid bullshit, cut all this shit off and be a goddamn man. Just gay. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
There's dumb people with no hair and there's dumb people with hair. I just
Most
feel
dumb
like
people usually have a lot of hair.
I just feel like if you keep it clean, keep it.
Do you know a convict, abusive person, or a crazy person in your entire life that had short hair like me? Thank you. You don't know
There's
one
been a
person.
lot of white serial killers out here.
That's real clean cut. I'm talking about black. Thank you. Exactly. Every time you hear about a dumb dude, a drug dealer, or a drug addict, or abusive dude, he got dreads or a long ass beard or some dumb shit like that.
That's another conversation we have to have in the black community, because you ain't gonna come for our hair, okay? And there's a lot. There's power in hair. And there's just a power in you being able to stand in your person and know who the fuck you are, regardless of, you know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't have hair, because I'm able to stand butt naked in front of people and I don't have to hide my face.
You are right though. When it comes to like facial hair and stuff like that, there's my feelings, there's my opinions, and then there's the science behind it. And I didn't know that until I was watching. It was Something Explained on Netflix.
Look at every president that's ever lived. None of them had ears except for Abraham Lincoln.
But yeah, it's and that's animalistic. Like there's things we stay away from because we're afraid of it. But yeah, I hear you. But you don't come for my baby's hair. He looks amazing.
Please tell him to cut that shit off. Couple years
when he wants to, and I told him, and I had to make sure that he knew, because I'm a safe space for him. But I told him, I said, just because mommy's a stylist and daddy had locks, like please, like let me know when you want to cut your hair or whatever, because it is, for me, it is about him feeling his most confident. And if right now he feels the most confident with hair, then so be it. When he wants to fade and waves and whatever, I got that too.
But nice little fade, little stuff like that, and he good. But this was a dope conversation, and I want to thank you for having this conversation with me, because I really just wanted to put a spotlight on you, because I really think you're a really dope person.
Thank you.
And I think so. I need everybody to follow Bianca Monique with 3 E's on Instagram right now, and don't forget the dot between Bianca Monique. She is so freaking dope, and she's so cute too. Your eyes, you're so cute.
But I would love to have more dialogues with you, because like I said, I don't need to agree with you, at all. Like you allow me to think a different way, and I feel like that's the only way we're gonna get out of the shit that we're in.
Yes,
is if we can look at our neighbor and be like, how and why do you think this way? And what can I take from it? So I appreciate you too. And I really appreciate you using your platform to give me this time.
That's what's up. So do you have anything that you sell or offer or whatever in Colorado? I don't know, whatever. Or what you
No,
working
this has
on?
literally just been a conversation for the people. Even when somebody was just like, you should put up a page so I can support you financially. I don't need any of that. I would just like for us to have more uncomfortable conversations without people throwing bows. Like,
Yeah.
I just want us to do better.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, thank you for pulling up.
you.
We'll do this again, okay?
Okay. You have a great
All right.
one.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, y'all. What do y'all think about Bianca Monique? I think that was super dope. We had a great conversation. We was able to fuss a little bit. You know, y'all, I love fussing. You know, I ain't gonna sit here and just placate. You know, we gonna have a real conversation like all the time. So I love that. I love how I'm able to just have these dialogues on my platform or whatever. But yeah, and I appreciate y'all always watching. And if you have not already, hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you like what we talked about, share this video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. And if you're not following me on Facebook, it's MrLetGo on Facebook, just like MrLetGo on YouTube. Follow me there. And I'm doing a live in another 2-3 hours also. So I'm going to say it again. I'm doing a live in another 2 hours also. So keep tuned. Stay subscribed because I'm going live in another 2 hours. We're going to talk about a podcast that just got beat up on his own podcast, and it's hilarious. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good rest of y'all day.
Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games and give them out for Christmas. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.